a golden Georgia sunset, Elizabeth Johnston stood beneath a rustic arch of autumn leaves, her lace gown glowing in the light. Beside her, Brice smiled, nervous, proud, and completely in love. Cameras rolled as vows were exchanged, laughter filled the air, and TLC captured what seemed like the perfect family moment. It was the wedding fans had waited years to see. The little girl from Seven Little Johnstons, all grown up, saying "I do" in her parents' backyard. But when the official footage dropped online, it wasn't the fairy tale everyone expected. Within hours, Reddit lit up. Comments poured in. Some viewers called it beautiful, intimate, and real. Others said something felt off. They paused clips, analyzed expressions, and pointed out who wasn't standing beside the bride. For a family built on unity and love, this celebration suddenly sparked new questions. Was it a dream come true, or the calm before another Johnston storm? Let's rewind to where it all began, right back to the place Elizabeth called home. The Johnston family home in Forsyth, Georgia, was more than just a venue. It was the heart of Elizabeth's story. It's where she grew up, fell in love, and built a life with Brice only a few doors away. So when it came time to plan the wedding, she didn't need a grand ballroom or destination resort. She chose home. In her interview with People magazine, Elizabeth called the day togetherness at the place where it all started. Surrounded by 80 guests, family, close friends, and a few familiar TLC faces, the backyard transformed into something magical. The scene felt straight out of a fall romance film. Her uncle, Jonathan John Mills, officiated under a wooden arch covered in amber and ivory blooms. And when the first notes of Can't Help Falling in Love by Kina Grannis began to play, Brice's eyes welled with emotion. At that moment, time seemed to pause. The laughter, the love, the glow of sunset, it all felt perfect, at least on the surface. Elizabeth's gown was a vision, a timeless design from Casablanca Bridal, its soft lace catching the light with every step. Her bridesmaids, dressed in muted autumn tones from Birdie Gray, stood beside her like a living reflection of the season, warm, cozy, and full of quiet joy. The floral arrangements by Julie Domini Floral Artistry blended golden leaves, roses, and wisps of greenery that framed the ceremony in earthy elegance. When the sun dipped behind the trees, the reception came alive under twinkling string lights. Guests gathered beneath a white canopy, laughing and sharing stories as Ooh La La Catering GA served hearty southern dishes that Liz Laird gushed about on Instagram. The best food ever. The wedding cake came from Nothing Bundt Cakes, a sweet, simple choice that fit the couple perfectly. Then came the first dance, Teddy Swim's You're Still the One. As Liz rested her head on Brice's shoulder, the crowd swayed along, with her daughter Leighton giggling nearby in her tiny flower girl dress. It was a scene that felt unfiltered, tender, and real, the kind of moment that makes you believe in love. But when fans replayed those same clips, some saw something else entirely. When TLC posted the official wedding video, the internet didn't just watch, it investigated. Amid the smiles and slow motion shots, one question dominated every comment section. Where was Anna Johnston? Fans immediately noticed her absence from the bridal party. While Emma, the younger sister, stood proudly as a bridesmaid, Anna was nowhere to be seen. Reddit threads erupted overnight. Include both sisters or neither, one viewer wrote. Another added, this family drama runs deeper than they show on TV. It wasn't the first time the fandom had speculated about a rift. For years, Anna has hinted, both subtly and directly, that she's often felt excluded. Her closeness with some siblings has wavered, and her relationship with Liz and her mother, Amber, has long been the subject of quiet tension. Defenders of Liz were quick to respond. It's her wedding. She gets to choose who stands beside her. Others saw it differently. Leaving out your sister from your biggest day? That's a message. Whether it was a private decision or a public statement, no one could say for sure. But the image was clear. In a family known for togetherness, Anna's absence stood out like a missing piece from a picture-perfect day. What began as a heartwarming celebration quickly turned into one of the most polarizing moments in Seven Little Johnston's history. As TLC's video made its rounds on social media, fans couldn't help but dissect every second, every glance, every tone, every flicker of expression on Elizabeth's face. "She doesn't look happy," one Reddit user wrote. "Her smile doesn't reach her eyes." Another added, "It feels scripted, like she sang her vows for the cameras, not for him." Some even claimed Elizabeth's tone when praising Brice's vows sounded more like she was grading an assignment than speaking from the heart. Then came the viral moment everyone debated, little Leighton calling out Daddy during the ceremony. What should have been an innocent, adorable interruption became the center of fan theories. Some viewers thought she looked annoyed. Others said she smiled. The scene became proof, depending on who you ask, of either deep family love or deep family strain. Still, not everyone joined the criticism. Many fans defended the couple, reminding others that weddings are stressful, especially when filmed for millions to see. People forget these are real humans. Not every smile needs to be perfect to be real. But as the online chatter grew louder, it revealed something bigger than just one wedding. It showed how emotionally invested viewers have become in the Johnston family. Fans weren't just watching a TV show anymore. They felt part of the story, entitled to read between the lines. And through it all, Elizabeth stayed quiet. No responses, no statements, no clapbacks. Until a few days later, when she finally broke her silence with just a handful of Instagram story replies. When fans asked Elizabeth about her favorite part of the wedding, her answer was simple: everything. No explanations, no subtext, just that single word, written in her familiar calm tone. Another follower asked if she and Brice were heading off on a honeymoon, and Elizabeth's response surprised many. Saving for 11/08/2026, their one-year anniversary. No lavish getaway, no grand reveal, just practicality and patience. It spoke volumes about where her priorities really lie. She offered one piece of advice for future brides. When the day comes, soak it all in. It goes by so fast. And that was it. No drama, no addressing the rumors, no hint of bitterness. While social media swirled with speculation, Liz chose gratitude and grace. To some, her silence said more than any statement could. A quiet reminder that behind every trending clip is a real person simply trying to live her happily ever after, one day at a time. Beneath all the speculation, the heart of this story was simple: a young family promising forever. In her People magazine interview, Elizabeth said, "Marriage means officially being able to call ourselves a family of three." And that sentiment framed everything about the day. Photos captured Brice holding Leighton close, his hand resting gently on Elizabeth's back as they smiled through the golden light. Their daughter twirled across the glass, her laughter cutting through the tension that fans would later project onto the video. It was pure, unedited joy, a small moment of peace in a life often lived on camera. Whatever people thought of the wedding, this much was clear: Elizabeth, Brice, and Leighton had already built what mattered most: love, laughter, and the promise of family. Elizabeth Johnston's wedding wasn't just a milestone for her, it was a mirror for everyone who's watched the seven little Johnstons' journey unfold over the years. Viewers have seen her grow from a shy teen to a confident woman balancing motherhood, independence, and fame. Her wedding was supposed to be her happy ending, but it became something more honest, a reminder that even love stories written in front of millions are still imperfect. The missing sister, the fan debates, the viral screenshots, all of that faded next to one truth: Elizabeth is building a life that's hers, not just one edited for television. Maybe that's why her wedding struck such a chord. It wasn't flawless, but it was real. And in reality TV, that's rare. As the fall leaves settled and the sparklers dimmed, one thing became clear. This wasn't the end of the Johnston story. It was just the start of a new chapter still being written. So, what do you think, fam? Was Elizabeth's wedding a fairy tale filled with love, or a glimpse into the